fair. I'm on with Alarm Copter today.
Hello.
I'm on Skull Turbine EU, the standard respawn edition. Recently Skull have actually now gone to some fast servers here and there. Anyway, today on Turbine. Personally, I find this a very restrictive map, not very flanky, but it's got a charm with people.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit limiting for several different classes. Sniper's only okay, and things like Soldier and Demoman, I don't think you can really use them to their full potential unless you're just basically setting sticky traps, which it's an okay map. But I mean, it's still capture the flag, so loses points there.
Yeah, I think CTS is one of the weaker formats of this game. But to be fair, I think this is very much a scout map, and actually, surprisingly enough, I would say a heavy map, if you know where to go.
Yeah, they make a really good couple, and it's kind of not something that a lot of people opt for. I mean, heavies generally stick with the medics, which makes a lot of sense, but yeah, scouts and heavies together, it's a really, really good dynamic team, so yeah, I'd like to see more of that, hopefully in this game.
Oh, please, if you want to keep us quiet, please go to the main menu, go to the ear with the X through it. Should bring a list of people up on the server, which, you can then press mute this person.
It's very easy to do.
I even have a tutorial. 42 seconds even. Now, in any case, okay, let's get back to the game here. Well, my little Broccolis here, I mean, I think he's going to cap second for red here. Teams are looking a bit in favour for red for the time being. Let's have a look and see what's going on with the actual teams, though. I mean, personally, red team's more combative team straight away. They've got more movable guys. Blue's a bit more admin.
Yeah, nothing particularly wrong with Blue's team, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much two sort of standard fares that you'd usually see in Turbine, and yeah, I think it's just comes down to more skill on red. Although saying that, Blue do have some very particularly choice players towards the top of their leaderboard, but I think red is just a little bit more consistent by the looks of it. Yeah,
I'd much prefer to have a consistent team of actually a lot of good people than 3 standout pros and the rest of the team can't really do so much. But for the time being, though, I mean, it's the situation 2-0, and that's a very dangerous thing for Blue to be in. They now have to stick on the defensive massively, and they can't afford to really try and seize that intel now.
Yeah, and I think red pretty much they've basically got a stranglehold on the main room as well. Blue haven't got an out here at all. I've barely seen a blue player the entire game.
Jackenstein there, he's pretty much in there. That's why I say this is pretty much a heavy map. I mean, the vents in this game is pretty much heavy territory. If you get an opposing heavy in your vents, that's hard to move. If he's in there with a medic, God help you. Like, seriously, that's where the full Uber needs to come in. As soon as that's like, oh no, there's a heavy Uber in our base, we can't do nothing.
Yeah, dropping down with an Uber like that as well. I mean, the intel room is pretty much the obvious place to stick a sentry. Dropping down with an Uber, if you're fast enough, then regardless of how many sentries there may be in an intel room, they are done.
Ooh, you're dead. Nice move there. Jumps up, tries to punk whoever's up there. Although it kind of counts up my rainbow dash. But yeah, I'm looking at the red team though. They are using the vents, and critical uses there. The thing with the vents is, right, you don't know who's actually up there on the blue team defending team, and that's worrying because, you don't think they're going to drop out the vents, they don't think they're going to come out the other vent there, or they're going to come out through the front anyway. It's very tedious. And if you can get an engineer up there, Christ almighty, that's going to be hella fun.
Yeah, I always find that on this map, teams completely forget about the sort of back part of the vent. I mean, you'll generally see a good few players going through the main part, going towards the battlements, but the back end of the vents, it just completely gets ignored, so it is a prime location for opposing NGs just to set up shop in there and be pretty much invincible, especially if you've got a demo man with you.
Speaking of engineering, I mean, I'm looking at Spam Toad. He's backed up by 2 medics. The 2 medics are trying to push into enemy base, although I have a feeling I know what the shenanigans they're trying to get up to here. When 2 medics are, medicing each other, I know what you're doing. But, I mean, I'm seeing Blue being plucky here. They're trying to get in there, but they just... Although, saying that, dream hacks, achievement achieved, destroy sentry with a pistol, that's how you do it. And there goes the Uber. Ubering a scout. These are desperate dark times. That was annoying. He tried to pan that thing, but Crank there just being annoying and generally rocket jumping, hitting the floor.
Yeah, that was a lot of work for not much payoff, really. I feel like they possibly could have done a better job there, just opting for a standard scattergun in that instance. It probably would have been a little bit easier.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now, personally, he kept trying to jump around, and the soldier had time to reload and fire off the floor again. Now, what we should have done, tried to keep level to the floor. That might have given a little bit more movement.
Yeah, I always find I'm very, very put off when I don't actually, when I'm not up against a scout who's jumping. It's very hard to actually predict what they're doing. Generally a scout will be jumping around. If you sort of play the double bluff, people are going to be completely confused.
Yeah, that's the thing. Personally, I'm more of a runny scout type. The kind that kind of you'll see him run past a certain area or a bit of scenery or something, and then I'll stop and turn back around again. I'll just do the fakie, and people get so flummoxed by that. But in any case, though, I mean, I think that little blue assault has kind of finally petered out. They kept trying to go in there with like small guys. I mean, you ubered a heavy in there, that would have been game, but they just don't have any.
Yeah, I mean, the game has evened out a little bit, I think, but I mean, blue are still, they're not doing that well in regards to where the game lies. So, yeah, I'm very much under the opinion that red probably will have this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, the blues intel is on the move. One thing we are seeing from red, though, they are using sentries here and there, so are blue. Spam Toad actually, to his credit, he's using the mini sentry in the right kind of environment, which is, attack, defense, whatever.
Yeah, especially with cramped corridors like this, it works quite nicely, actually.
Well, the nice thing is he's playing an offensive NG and he's using the mini sentry, which is great. That's what you're supposed to use the mini sentry for. It's when you start using it defensively, like, well, it's not going to do anything. There's an Uber, there's a soldier going in there, maybe a bit premature, and Crank's there again. This guy is really keeping people off their toes. But yeah, nice done. I mean, that guy has got pretty much quite a talent there for shooting people at their feet.
Kind of the soldier that I tend to hate, to be honest.
Oh god, I hate.
Against, at least.
It's like, oh, I need to move. Oh wait, no, I can't in the air. I know there's skill there, but I hate you guys immediately. But this is the thing, though. I mean, red are coming back. I mean, I don't know how red haven't entirely won this game yet. They seem to be getting there, but it's blue might have actually punched back hard enough to give them cause for concern.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like red have had quite a few openings that they haven't taken advantage of. Obviously, we've got the advantage of being able to fly around the map and just look at anything we want, but I don't know. I think red have missed a few opportunities already, although, there's nothing to worry about time-wise, so this could go on for as long as they want, really.
Precisely. I mean, the thing is, ultimately, is control. I mean, some of the pro teams usually build level 3 sentries out in the main room towards the enemy doors, and that is lockdown. It's really hard to get past that. But no, I think red are eventually going to womble their way through. Actually, now seeing Crank go on the offensive. I've got good things for this guy. He's looking good. We're going to see some promise from this guy. But still, though, I mean, there's a lot of soldiers. Now, we haven't seen any more heavies for the time being, and this is the land of the heavy. I mean, you take that soldier that's jumping around shooting people with their feet. He couldn't do anything against the heavies. Too confined, too small. He couldn't get away from a heavy. That's why they're great in this map.
Yeah, and thinking about it as well, we haven't seen any demo man either. I don't think I've seen a single person playing demo man so far. Oh, tell a lie, there's one right now. But just the fact that, for me, demo man, especially attacking intel rooms and stuff like that, demo man to me is the ideal choice, because it's fairly close quarters, but you've still got the ability to go around corners, stuff like that. Good arcing motion. Yep,
and Sin Fon Niku there wins the game. Nice work. That was pretty much a 3-0. Just win this game. Yeah, done. Okay, round 2 with a scramble. Let's see us shaking up the teams. Well, teams looking reasonably balanced for the time being. Red looking a little bit odd, but it's not a bad, setup.
Yeah, I think There've been a couple. I think really the only thing that I've noticed change up so far is the fact that a couple of choice players have been moved together. That seems to be the only thing I can notice as of yet.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. The thing with TF2 is you'll get like a couple of star players here, and they can really change a game if you're not careful. Now, anyway, any idea who's actually winning this game for the time being? Well, from the looks of it, nobody's managed to threaten either spawn just yet. Although I think there may be a road with red there.
Yeah, red are looking a little bit more offensive, but I don't know. For the time being, it's looking very much a majority midpoint game, so to speak.
Yeah, let's have a look, see what's going on. Well, yeah, for the time being, it is looking a little... Well, red, I think, is starting to dominate the main room, and that's usually a good thing for them.
Another thing we haven't seen, actually, is the main doors from spawn points out into the main room. We haven't seen any spawn camping of them yet. I find that's quite a good option to go for.
You're asking yourself, Steve. Oh, and Starlong there gets his third stab. I mean, X-Healy was going to do that, but shut down. Sorry for the interruption. It's just, you know.
That's cool.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Though, I mean, I really think with the Turbine is you rarely see the main room overly contested for the vast majority of the game. It usually gets into one base and then shifts over to the other.
Yeah, really, players should tend to focus more on getting through the main room as fast as possible rather than owning it, because, you know, if you go for setting things up, unless you've got a very, very good defense or a very good team helping you out, there's not much chance of keeping up a base for that long in the centre room. You're better off, you know, going for the pipes or something like that.
A nice stab from Matthew there. But red, look at this red team, that they're getting in that room. Now, for me, this is usually how every game of Turbine is decided. Who can break into the intel room first and then hold it forever?
Yeah, that's where Heavy comes in as well. I mean, we've seen Heavies do really, really good jobs of basically just sitting in the intel room and basically making it their own, which, you know, haven't seen anything quite like that yet. But, I don't know, Red are putting up a fairly good fight so far.
Now, yeah, thing is, though, I mean, we saw them in that room. They tried to hold it, but, you know, Jerkenstein there, reasonably good player, just moved in there as Heavy, and it was like, yep, no, get out of my room. But saying that, though, you seen the red intel? I mean, you're leaving it. Guys. Oh, it got stolen after all that. This is what happens when you don't pay attention. And for some reason, your dad decided to go around where the path of danger is, rather than right backwards again. I don't know why. But yeah, okay, let's refresh that. Now, if you get a bonk scout on that, that's going to keep that thing alive. But yeah, I think red team are keeping a bit more of an eye on it this time, rather than just leaving it. Although, to be fair, it looks like blue team's getting spawn camped.
Yeah, I mean, if they can push out, then there may be a chance they might be able to pick that intel up. I mean, at the moment, I think it's basically just going to be your dad refreshing it until the rest of the team catch along. Well,
to be fair, though, that's the kind of a good strategy, in that all it does is really is forces red team to stay in that pressured state, and you know, you can get some good stuff happening that time. Oh, nice work there from Starlong. He refreshes it. But look at this red team, they're having to keep... Oh, wait, they got the intel back. Yeah, this is not good. But wow, yeah, I mean, look at... Who is that guy? Simeone there, really trying to defend his own intel inside the red base. That's commitment right there. But I think there wasn't enough. Yeah. But that red intel's still there. Good job. I don't know who was that. Your friendly neighborhood spy trying to get that spy for the longest of time. Just like, nope, missed, damn, missed.
And Blue managed to finally pick the intel up. That was quite tense there watching that. It was, I mean, they finally managed to get the demo man down, and he was pretty much the only one left. I think everybody else had sort of assumed he was doing okay, but all
it's
of a sudden dead.
Crank has the last bit of intel for red. I'm afraid this game is over after all of that effort. Yep, no, that was Nicely done there from red. They just pretty much took the field, held it, and didn't let blue get out. Okay, round 3. Now, what do you think blue needs to be doing to, win these games?
I think at the moment the problem they've been having really is class choices. Last round was pretty much dominated with spies and scouts for their side of things, and you just can't put down a good fight when the midpoint is basically full of demo mountain soldiers and heavies. It's just not going to work. So I think that's all they need to do. They just need to get some fatter, heavier people. But it's kind of changed it up a little bit, and yeah, they're the first to pick up the intel.
Well, that's a good scout run there. I mean, that's the thing with scouts. They can, if you can be fast enough, you can win any game. But can they keep that up though? But this is the thing. I have a feeling though, red are going to make it. Oh wait, no, Symphonico there. Oh my God, there's a heavy. Blue are in this base. Oh, criminy, this is looking bad. I think blue have achieved lockdown. Now we're seeing the scouts do the usual thing of one gets in the room, waits for the intel pickup, the other then runs back, and then they've got reserve scouts here and there and everywhere. I mean, this is looking grim for red.
Yeah, I think this is actually the most intense bout of learning I've ever seen from a team.
There's the Uber. Yep, using the right gun. Yep. Just sit at the spawn. Make sure they can do nothing. Yeah, we win this game. I think that red intel's gone as well. Christ almighty, this is a blitz and a half. They are really trying to struggle to get any points here, red.
Oh yeah, this has been a very nice turnaround from blue. I mean, yeah, there we go. Pretty much done.
Wow, I mean, 3-2-2. Look at the scores. That was horrific.